The truth has to come out now. First of all, I'm going to offer you, I know I don't have much time to run the live stream, but if some of you come on, I got about 15 minutes to run this. It's got to be very quick. I'm in upstate New York. It wouldn't be safe for me to be back in Texas right now because I've got a hit on me from the very top of the ladder in the state of Texas. Let's just say that. But first of all, I want to offer two dreams that I had very recently. Okay, one of them is that I was being driven through a college campus, and it seemed like I would be in Vermont or New Hampshire. I'm not sure yet. I could even be in Maine for all I know, but I'm way up north, and I'm very close to that right now. And when I was going up the hill, I was talking to somebody. I was telling them, watch out. There was a high-speed chase on this college campus. And I don't know the significance of that dream right now, but maybe some of you can interpret it for me. Another dream that I had just 2 weeks ago. And blessings to you who just came on. Please give a thumbs up. The other dream was I was at a guard post. A brown bear came out of the guard post area. I was going into the guard post area. That's very conducive to a dream I had back in 2003 that I was, it didn't look exactly the same, but I think the first dream in 2003 fills in this one because it looks like I'm going in and then I see a bunch, it looked like you'd be in Central America or something. It looked like you'd be something like, it's like high fences, high gates. And I was going in there, and I started to change my mind about what I was going to go do. And then I was being run after, and then I was forced to go in a certain direction. And that's conducive with dreams I've had about twisters, tornadoes, whirlwinds coming at me just when I was about to get caught or something was about to happen to be apprehended. And that's conducive with the dream I had in 2017 about two Humvees filled with UN world forces. I was sitting in a house and they dispersed to my left looking out the window, and they dispersed over to the right to the street corner. Then they went through this alley driveway of the house that I went through, the backyard. And that's conducive with the dreams. Blessings to you, Zaptane. Kaboom for the first time. Thank you for your live chat. And then that's conducive with a lot of dreams of me, even when I was a child, having a twister or tornado, come at me just when something was going to happen to me. And to me, the twister at first seemed to be a horrifying, terrible thing. But it actually must be a rescue that the Lord is going to do. So let me recall the dream of me being like way up in the Northeast, further from where I'm at now. Being driven through a college campus and seeing a high-speed police chase that must have been 120 miles an hour. The car was going so fast. Now, I can tell you, I don't have much time, but I want to drop the bombshell on many of you. Many of you would never know this unless you listen to the video. I've told others that I trust in secret, but I'm going to tell you, the state of Texas worked in conjunction with the United States government, the United States military complex, to forge and alter my birth date on my birth certificate and alter information on my birth certificate that would cover up the fact that in 1966, at the University of Texas Tower shooting, while my dad was an ROTC officer, he was an ROTC instructor officer at the University of Texas at Austin, first in 1962, then in 1966 when he came back from France. Blessings to you, Jeshua. And in 1966, at the age of 2, I was shot by Charles Whitman 2 or 3 times. It was a CIA, FBI false flag. I was an object of the shooting, and I'm going to tell you why, because the government has now killed my father. He died in a hospital recently, a year ago, at the age of 97. My dad was starting to tell me some things a couple of years ago. Brother Dawid was with me. They altered my birth date from 1964 to 1969 to cover up the evil. The Lyndon Baines Johnson estate is very nervous about this right now. Yes, that is correct. In 1966, at the University of Texas at Austin shooting from the top of the UT Bell Tower, I was shot by Charles Whitman 2 or 3 times. And today, I have bullet shards in my shoulder. My shoulders burn every day. My back burns every day from the shooting. Now, I don't think Charles Whitman was really ever killed. I don't think anybody killed him. My dad was purported to have been one of the possible stoppers. And again, my dad was an ROTC. Raymond Lawrence Stoneman was his legal name. Was a ROTC officer at the University of Texas at Austin, 1963, 1962, and then again in 1966. And yes, that's Joshua. I am a graduate of the University of Texas at Austin in 1994. And my dad never told me that he graduated from the University of Texas at Austin also in 1963 with a degree in electrical engineering. I never knew it. He talked about IBM a lot. But I'm going to tell you why the government had to alter my birth date and make me 5 years younger than I really was. I was always taller than my sister that I always ever knew, but somehow she's my older sister. Brother Dawid can confirm that I am her older brother, not her younger brother, and not a twin. And so, one of the reasons why the shooting happened was to punish my father for refusing to be a proxy soldier in the 6 Days War in Israel in 1967, and my dad refused to go to Vietnam. Those are the 2 reasons why the government has punished my father for many years. But my father outlasted them all. And my father taught me about the Sabbath. He taught me about the commandments. He taught me about Jesus. And I'm going to tell you what, I know where my father is. Another dream in 2017 was when my father was on the top of the mountain, on top of a mountain, looked like in Siberia, looking down on the earth, like it looked like miles looking down. And my dad was laughing, saying, "Ha ha, I told you so." My dad refused to be a proxy soldier on the Palestinian side for the 6 Days War in Israel in 1967. Yes, the United States of America did have proxy soldiers participating in this 6 Days War from the Palestinians to that fake state of Israel. That is correct. You're only going to hear it here. I was shot as a 2-year-old boy at the 1966 University of Texas at Austin tower shooting. The government will cover it up all day long, and the Lyndon Baines Johnson estate is very nervous about this right now. Shalom, Thomas, Brother Thomas. That's correct. I was shot in 1966 in 2 or 3 places. Today, I thought a microchip was inserted in my left shoulder, but it's been a bullet shard been stuck in there, and other places in my back have shards stuck in them too. My back burns every day. And it isn't easy for me to live. This is why I am targeted by the government. I am targeted by the Southern Baptist Convention. I was trafficked by Lyndon Baines Johnson and George Herbert Walker Bush in Texas. I was placed in elementary schools that were so far away from my childhood house that it was impossible to believe. Why would they put me in an elementary school near Camp Mabry in Austin when we didn't even live anywhere near enough to be in the school? And so I'm telling you, it's very traumatic to have to come up with this. But this is one of the things that the Lord Jesus Christ is going to punish. He's going to punish this government. He's going to punish this government. He's going to punish this nation for its wickedness. I told you I not have enough time. But the dreams are very significant. Go back if you just joined us. I was shot in 1966 by Charles Whitman. The government has been covering it up. They've come after my father for years. My dad knew too much, just like many others. And the worst part was they penalized my father for not going to Vietnam and then not becoming a proxy soldier on the Palestinian side in the 6 Days War in 1967. God is about to punish this nation with an incredible punishment that you're not going to believe. All right, so I have to go because people are starting to come back in. But I need you to pray for my shoulder, and I have some shards running in a couple of other places in my back that burn every day. And I have to go. Look at me. You think I'm a phony? You think I'm getting rich off anything? Look right here. This shoe is in bad condition. I need boots. Bad things have happened to the bike carts. I'm trying to get the bike cart fixed. Trying to sort out everything about what to do. Zeptane, I think it is. Thank you for coming, Thomas, Chris, others who have joined the chat. If I missed you, please 5 thumbs up if I have 5 on, and others 5s up. I was shot in 1966 by Charles Whitman at the UT Tower shooting in Austin, Texas. My dad was an ROTC instructor and officer in 1962, then was stationed in France, then came back in 1966. The pain comes and goes every day. If I have 6 on, I have 6 thumbs up. Go back and review the video. I've got to go. Noise is starting to develop around me as people are coming back into this room. I'm in a day shelter, and I have needs. Please, if you just came on, I have to go. Please rewatch the video. The Lyndon Baines Johnson and George Herbert Walker Bush estate are both nervous. And some major pastors in the state of Texas, even now, were involved in the trafficking of many elementary school students in the Austin, Texas area in proximity to the state capitol. I talk to people on the streets and they tell me. I myself went for a doctorate and I dropped out in 2016. I wasn't going to get very far in this nation. But I'm going to tell you what, I just need you to pray that my pain will be relieved and that I can find some remedies, or else healing by the Spirit of God. Am I angry? Yes, I am. I'm going through a lot of trauma. I don't excuse my sin. I just need to repent. I'm going to sign out. And shalom, Shabbat shalom. Got to go.